开始了吗？
Yes, we are now starting. Hi, good evening, friends. This is the morning in China.
你这是测试还是开始啊？
And now we're starting the live streaming right now. Hi, good morning and good evening. It's a bit early in China, so you could see the weather is a bit gloomy, but actually today will be sunny. Wait for a few hours, it's gonna be warm and sunny. And actually, you can take a look at front of this place. You see, we have no skyscrapers, no shops, because we're now in the industrial center. You see, every yard, inside of the yard we have a factory. So inside of this yard is our factory. You can see we have like 20,000 square meters of that ranch. So it's a massive area for our factory. And the camera, please take a little closer to the grandstand. You see, this is an iconic sign for our company, which is our logo. And this is our Chinese name. So, hi friends. If you can take a screenshot or you can take a picture, give them a full image for the whole grindstone. You can take a picture of this. So when you come to our company, I think it's gonna make you easily find our company, right? Okay, let's go inside. Hi friends, how's the weather in your country today? In our city, we haven't seen this sunny day for a lot of days. It's gloomy and cloudy and windy and also rainy for the last few days. You can see um, this building is our office room and also a warehouse and production room. And at the right side over there, we have our parking lot and other warehouse and also some production instruments. Okay, so let's come to today's main topic. Okay, please notice this. This is our success management board. So which means we follow everything the major factories followed. Okay, let's go to deeper in this road, and we're gonna go to our lab center and do some demonstrations and also come to our today's main topic. It's a long way to walk. Hi friends, could you see at the right side?
Louder.
Okay, could you see at the right side? There is our packing room and also some warehouse. You could see the pallets and also the cartons, right? There are a lot of stocks waiting to be packed. Okay, when it comes to the afternoon, everybody will be busy. So because it's a bit early, so actually our colleagues are not that busy. Okay, you can hear the loud, right? You can hear the machines very because we're now it's a secret, so we cannot go in. But if you have chance to go to our factory, we might have the chance to go in, right? Okay, let's go to the lab center right now. Today we're gonna come to our main topic is talk about the exothermic. Sorry, the internet is a bit lagging. production room. It's a full CNC machine. Hi friends, now our engineer is preparing to do the demonstration for the welding first. Let's see what's the correct way to do the demonstration. And then he's gonna cut our joint in half. And let's see what's normal joint it could be. And then let's talk about some errors and how to fix them. Okay? Okay, let's start. Okay. Yes. Yeah, before all the demonstration, normally we will have to choose the mold and the joint and also the conductors, right? We have a catalog. Could you please ask for the catalog from our salesman? And later I will show you how to find the right joint through our catalog. Hi friends, if you have any questions, you can directly leave your comments below. All we need to do is to guarantee the joint is great. Hi friends, how many minutes, how many minutes, how long did you take to do the preheating during your well using? Sometimes we do it for like 2 minutes. Sometimes we do it for like 5 minutes. So how many minutes do we use normally? You can hear the sound, right? Our engineer, he's using the our city is trying to so you can see we spend a long time on the preheating. We are trying to make all the vapors gun out. Hi friends, later on, after we did the demonstration, we're gonna cut our If you cannot hear my voice, please leave your comments. If you can, I'm gonna continue, right? heating is not enough, they're going to cause a lot of errors. So later on, I will show you what does it cause. What does it cause when the preheating is not enough?
白天。
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello friends, can you hear me? If you can hear me, please leave your comments. Seems like the microphone has some problem. Next time we will change into a better one. You can see our engineer, he's doing the final step. He's throwing some starting powder at the surface. And you please remember, always leave a pass. Always leave a pass to the mouth of the mold. Okay, stay away from it. Okay, one shot to make it ignited. Great. And you could see our welding powder is very safe because you cannot see a very fierce reaction inside of it. Well, you see, very beautiful joints. There's no air or air bubbles in the surface. Okay, now you have already observed a beautiful joint. See, there's no air holes or air bubbles at all, right, from the surface. So we're now going to take it to our chainsaw and cut them in half. And let you see the inside of it. Let's see if there's any air holes or air bubbles inside of it. So are you excited to see this? Because it's very dangerous and we haven't done it before in any last live stream. No, 待会儿。这儿把这个切了以后。先切了的吗？对。Okay, our engineer, he's going to cut this in half. But first, he has to cool it down in the cold water because it's in a very high temperature. You know, up to 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, are you excited to witness this? Because we're going to cut them in half. You can see there's a chainsaw. Okay, stay away from it because it's a bit dangerous still. Let's see if we did everything at the right step. Could we have something not normal? Well, you get to see there's no air holes or bubbles at all. So I wish you all could have the same joints as we do, as long as you follow all the right guidelines.
这个就是没有气孔的，气
Yeah.
孔很平整。
Our engineer, he's saying there's no air holes or air bubbles. Yeah, he's saying like that. Yeah, even the chainsaw is not cutting it in a perfect way, but you could see there's no air bubbles at all. Yeah, I cannot touch it because it's hot. Okay, thanks for him. Thanks him. Thanks a lot.
拉死的是吧？
等会儿做吧，等会儿做吧，等会儿跟他讲一会儿再做吧，因为我们现在要讲出来引到那儿去。等一会儿。
开始了。
现在就做吗？
不，我意思你按你的流程走。
我们等一会儿，我们讲一会儿就。先好吗？再讲一会儿。Okay, friends. Later on, after we did we introduced you some main topic about errors. Later, we will show you our electronic welding kits and also our starting powder today. So you must be curious, how does he did all the process correctly, right? So actually we have a catalog. You can ask them from our salesman. So in every welding process we have 2 steps. The first step is to choose the right welding type, which is like this. Here at the right side, you see we have hundreds of different types. We have cable to cable, we have rod to rod, we have tapes to tapes, we have rebar to cables, and everything. And the most important is to choose which one you need, because you could see to every different type of joint we have a code, which is like this: CC1 or CCR3, RE3, or something such like this. So make sure you're finding the right code, because after you finding the right code, then you're gonna get a right mode, just like this. Here, come here. You can see there's code at the mode CC1 and 14 SC, just something like this. So after you finding the right code, and you can see at the down part we have a weld metal, which is weld metal. So for this mode is 90 grams. Yeah, make sure you finding these 2 things right correctly. And let's come to the third step for the first step, which is to find the right conductors. You see, after we find the joint type, CC1, after we find the right weld metal, 90, and we're gonna find the right conductors. So you can use your clippers or your rulers to to measure the diameter or the cross section, or some regular sizes for your conductors. So for today's our demonstration, the rod size is 14 diameter, 14 millimeters diameter. So we're now using this kind of mold to do the demonstration already. Oh, sorry, today our is 12, let's say 12 millimeters. Okay, and the final thing is the clamp. The clamp is HK, because you see HK in our company is the most commonly used clamps. So you can see there are too many informations waiting for us to measure, to choose, right? So make sure you did everything right. Then you can do the demonstration. You can do the welding right now. And after I said too many things, but my friends, they're saying they might still have a lot of problems. You see, we have a lot of pictures. They're actually from our friends, from our clients' friends. So you can see every picture, they're from our friends. Very thanks for their picture. Yeah, very grateful for their pictures. So let's see those errors one by one. Yeah, so the first picture is the false welding. So you can see the rebar is completely exposed to the air, which means the air is not covering it at all. So how do they cause this kind of error? I'm not saying our advice is completely right because it's written by our engineer. They're only within China, so they're not in other countries. So our advice is limited, but we still want to discuss with you. If you have other thoughts, you can leave your comments below, okay? Thank you very much. So we're now going to see our advice and how to fix them. So how to cause this error. So the first advice might be the mold and joint is not consistent, which means you can see at the right picture here. For this joint, its name is called CRE3 and dash cable size. So for this kind of joints, the key factor is to choose the right rebar. You can see we have already set the rebar size 10 to 40, but you know, during the international standard, rebar has a lot of different sizes. In China, maybe the size is always 10 to 40, but in other countries the size may be larger. But in some country the size may be a little smaller. So rebar size is very, very essential. So could you offer us the rebar size every time when you're trying to customize your molds in your factory? Yeah, a little advice for you, my friend, because if you choose the wrong rebar size, if you didn't measure its diameter, then the whole mold is completely useless, and not to mention make a great joint, right? Okay, so the first thing is to measure the rebar, right? Because the cable size, you see, cable is pretty international, so cable wouldn't have any problem during a lot of cases. So rebar, yeah, make sure. Okay, let's see the second advice. Didn't preheat rebar and cable. Yeah, I mentioned the preheating is always matters, because you see, if you didn't preheating them enough, there will be a lot of vapors took place. Yeah, maybe the rebar this place is took by vapor, right? And the third thing is didn't clamp the mold and the cables very well. Well, how do you clamp them very well? How do you? Let's go to check. How do you clamp them very well? Okay. When I clamp them, you will hear a sound. Okay. I'm gonna put my microphone at the down part of my clamp. I did twice. Did you hear the sound? Because every time when you clamp it, you will hear a sound, which is like snap, that kind of sound. So after you hear a sound, which means you have already clamped them very well. And then you can observe if there's any gaps or holes. If there's no, which means you have already clamped them very well. But sometimes you will still see some gaps after you have already clamping them very well. How do we do? Because you see, the rebar is actually not smooth as the conductors of others, right? So the final advice would be we can use the mold sealer or high temperature cotton. Yeah, what are they? Here, actually we have this one. you see we have these two things. They are called they are the mold sealer. Mold sealer actually it's a fireproof mod, just like this. It's like a mod. Yeah, you take out the mod and you know, block the mold. Yeah, block every gap. And we also have the high temperature cotton. High temperature cotton is also be used to block the mold's gap. These two things, they're having the same usage. They have the same functions. But let's see, the high temperature cotton is better because it's dry. Yeah, this fireproof mod is humid, so the best choice is to use this one. If you have needs, you can arrange an online meeting with us. We're gonna show you how to use this high temperature cotton. Yeah, you know, last few months we have a customer from Nigeria. We did a live stream. We did a live video with him, and after that he used this high temperature cotton to make a very beautiful joint. Okay. Hi friends, I have already offered you 4 reasons for how to causing this kind of error. Do you have any other good ideas? Or do you have any other advices that could lead to this false connection? Actually, you can leave your comments up below, right? Okay, let's see the second joint, the second false joint. This is also from one of our client's friends. Very thankful for his picture. You can see it's very beautiful joint. So what's the problem? What caused this problem? Can you see? You see from the first picture, you cannot see any abnormal things. You can see the second picture, the joint is stuck in the mold. You cannot take the joints out. So you see this is a problem. So how do they cause this problem? It's weird, right? How can we take them out? And how does the joints be stuck in the mold? So our engineer, he's giving 2 reasons. The first reason could be you didn't preheat enough. Yeah, if you didn't preheat enough, the vapor will took the space of the cavity and then cause the joints in the crucible, right? Okay, the second thing may be wrong exothermic welding powder, which means you could see here in our mold we have the weld metal, which is 250, and also here in our welding powder at the bottom we also have a sign 490. Yeah. So both in the mold and also in our powder, we have the numbers. So make sure you're choosing the right mold size and also the right powder size. Yeah. So this cases might be the reason that you are using too much powders inside of it. So maybe if you need 90 grams, but you're using 115 grams, then might cause this kind of problem. But some friends, they might ask us, what if we have already done something like this? How can we take them out? Well, it's easy, but a bit dangerous. Upon our engineers' experience, all you need to do is to take out a welding, a normal welding, not like our exothermic welding, a soldering machine or something other welding, and then let the copper melt. Yeah. Wait until the copper is melting, then you can let it flow into some other container, and then you can take out the joints, and also you can take out the mold. The mold can be used to continue, right? Okay, that's that's just 2 advices from our engineer. Do you have any other good advices? If you do, please leave your comments at below, okay? So every joint era you're now seeing is very classic. They're all from our clients' friends, so very thanks for them. We're grateful for them. Okay, there are like another 2 types of the era. So this one, you can see. So what do you see here? So what can you see here? So what kind of eras do you think it has? You can leave your comments. Actually, what kind of era do you think it has? So actually, due to our experience, we could see there is liquids leaking, right? There is copper liquid leaking. And also, you could see the joint is too thin compared with the conductors, too thin. So what causes the problem? The first advice from our engineer might be the mold and powder number is not consistent. So which means maybe we want a 90 grams powder, but you are using a 45 or 65. So which means the powder is not enough. Then cause the thin joint. Yeah, make sure every time you're choosing the right mold and the right powder. Okay, the second, mold and cable is not consistent. So mold and cable is not consistent means you might choose the wrong conductor, right? Or you are not offering us your right conductor. So let's come to this picture. Hi friends, every time when we ask for you for the conductor size, yeah, the A and B, make sure you are offering us the right conductors, right? Okay. After you offer this to us, we are gonna calculate the powders and also the molds type and also the clamps type and also everything for you. Okay. All you need to do is to offer us the right conductor size. After you offer us the conductor size, we will calculate the molds and also the powder size. And also we will give you advices for how to operate them correctly. Then you will get a perfect joint instead of something like this, right? So you could see there's liquid leaking, maybe because the conductor is too small compared with the cavity of the mold. So after we clamp the mold, there might be some gaps, you know. Yeah, so for this mold, you don't need to use some high temperature cotton or mold sealer. All you need to do is to make sure the conductor is completely fits the mold cavity. Okay, do you have any other advices, my friends? Okay, if you don't, let's continue. We're having 3 eras left right now. So this is the 4th one. So today we only have 6 eras. This is the 4th one. Okay. So you can see what's the problem of this joints. This is the first picture. Do you see the holes? And this is the second picture. Do you see? There are a lot of air holes. A lot of. So you see, there are air holes and air bubbles at the surface. So which means this joint is not qualified. If the air hose is small, then it might be okay. But if it's too big, then not to mention to catch the lightning for you, right? You know, every time when we did the earth mat down to the earth, we don't have any chance to change it because we're gonna use it for a lot of years. So if the joint has a lot of air bubbles, so it will affect a whole earth mat. Not to mention to catch the lightning for you, not to mention to protect your safety, right? Okay, so what advice our engineers giving? Well, our engineers only giving us one advice, is we didn't to we didn't preheat enough, cause the moisture inside. So this is a very classic and a very typical errors caused by not preheating enough. So we mentioned a lot in every live stream, in every online meeting, you have to do the preheat a lot. So you see now, if you didn't do the preheating enough, that may cause the problem, right? Just like this. Yeah, that's an error to make everybody understand how preheating matters. Okay, we're having final 2 errors right now. After this, we're about to, to say goodbye. So a little patience is needed, my friend. So the 5th one is like this. Do you see if there's any abnormal things? Do you think it's a great joint? Actually, from our engineer's advice, he said it's a great joint. It's a great joint. But what's the problem? Why do we throw this example out? Because you see, for other joints, their color may be like this. Their color may be like this golden and very shiny. Very beautiful color, right? But this one is a little bit dark. It's a little bit black. So what caused this problem? Do you see? This joint is fine, it's okay, it can catch lightning, but how does it become into this golden color? Do you know? Do you know the reason? Let's see what advices our engineers giving us. To frequently use the mold. So our advice is normally you will use the mold for 3 times during a short time, but no more than 3 times, because if you want to use it for the 4th time, you need to cool it down, cool the mold down for a few minutes. Then you will get a very beautiful joint. So for these cases, might be the reason that we're using the mold too frequently. Yeah, we're using the mold too much during a very short term. So all you need to do is to make it have a rest, right? Always work will make David stupid, right? You remember the proverbs? Okay, that's a very essential step to wait for the mold to cool down, to protect the mold and also to make a very beautiful joint. Okay, so let's come to the final 1 era. This is the final 1 era, my friend. If you have any questions, you can leave your comments below. So the final one, you can observe it. You can see what's the problem it might be. Do you see here? Let me take our normal joint. You can see the problem. Because this joint has too many like this dots and black parts, right? Instead of full of this golden part. You see, for this joint, we don't have a lot of impurities. It's beautiful. But for this joint and this joint, you can see there are a lot of impurities, a lot of black parts on this joint. So this joint is not qualified at all. So some clients may ask us, it's fine. I say it's fine because its shape is great. Hi friends, thanks for your question. This is using E+ or normal powder. Do you mean this joint I'm taking right now? I'm holding right now. This one is using the normal powder. Later on we will show you the E+ powder. If you want to see, we can cut them in half. We can cut the E+ joint in half today. But please wait for like 1 or 2 minutes. You see, there are a lot of impurities in this joint, right? So what caused this problem? Let's see what advices our engineers giving us. So the first mold is not clean enough. This is awkward, right? You didn't clean it enough. So let's see what tools do we got. Here we have a soft brush, like this. Hi, thanks for your question. I mean the error joint. Okay, the error joint. The error joint is only some clients giving to us, but doesn't mean this is our products. We're only trying to see. They're asking for us what's the problem causes. It looks like they're using some traditional powder instead of electronic type of powder. Okay, you see, the first one is to use the brushes to clean the mold, right? We have a steel brush, we have a soft brush. So soft brush is always to use to clean the molds when the temperature is cooling down, right? You need to use it to clean your mold enough. Until you make sure there's no impurities on the mold, then you can do the demonstration. You can do the operation. And the second advice is powder is not blending well. Well, this one is very, very important because you see what's the meaning of it? It's not blending very well. So I asked our engineer, why did he write this? He gave me the reasons of why he write this, because the first one is if you're using some other brands, if you're using some other factories, they are not taking high granted to the quality to the powders, so they might cause this problem. So make sure you always find some factories who is like us or us, to make sure you are using the right quality powder. And second reason could be some clients, some friends, they are trying to reduce the cost for the powders. So they intended to buy powders in like 1 kilograms or 2 kilograms in a large amounts in one box. So that kind of condition may cause this impurities as well, right? Because you see, I understand you want to reduce the cost, but at the same time, if you don't have a great team if you don't have a QC team, if you don't have a research team, if you don't have a very production team, which means you cannot control the quality at all, right? So which could also lead to this problem. So two problem, right? Two reasons. The first reason is to choose the right brand, and second reason is to make sure you have a great team to do the formula for you after you buy the raw material. Okay, friends, we have already finished all the errors showing for you, and now for today's final part, we're going to show you our starting powder and also our electronic welding kit. And we're gonna say sorry that for you that during the last few months, we are upgrading our starting powder, right? And some friends might also notice because it took us a few months to do the starting powder upgrading. We are a factory who is in this industry for over 20 years. So safety is always the first things we consider. So during the last few months, you might notice the starting powder is still upgrading. So what's the final work? What's the final starting powder we're now having? Are you curious about it? We're going to show you our work right now. So let me take our engineer out and let's see what's the starting powder we're upgraded right now. Our engineer might be doing some testing right now. Let's call him. 打个电话。 And when we are waiting for his coming, let's show you what kind of results we have already got. So during the few months, we are upgrading the starting powder, right? So you can see here, we have already upgraded the starting powder. So you see, actually, it's not every company would be responsible for their safety and also for the formula. So we're kind of the enterprise who can be responsible for your safety and also be responsible for the safety during the transport. So, you know, these small bags of the starting powder, it contains a lot. It contains our safety responsibility and also contains our high-tech knowledge. So later on we will show you the starting powders, the results, how does it how can it be ignited in one shot. And this one is also our new ignite gun. You can see the spark. Yeah, you can see the spark, right? It's a great spark than usual. It has the same quality as some major other brands. It's great. Yeah, we have our logo, Sunlight logo on it. It's a very great igniter and also with great starting powder. This starting powder is not like other brands because it contains safety and also great ignite rate. Let's say.
我们先做一下点燃率，然后再做一下电子点火。
什么点燃率？
就是直接就是放在上面一点就燃到那个，就做那个烟火。
Okay, our engineer is showing you.
把这个焊子拉开。这里不能按焊嘴，我特别是点的时候，这个一点点放上去，我跟你说就全部燃起来就爆了，放烟花了，好危险的，这个东西。
Okay, our engineer is showing you the starting powder, and now, and then he's gonna to ignite it. You can see. Okay, just one shot. We have already ignited. Hi friends, you know, as a very famous factory, we're not only consider how to ignite it in one shot. We're gonna have to consider the safety at the same time. Yeah, thanks for his demonstration to the starting powder. So you could see just one shot contains a lot. 可以的，可以的。然后我们就搞一下电子烟火。You see, during the few months, we're thinking how to make it safe and how to make it safe for everybody. And meanwhile, how to make it has a high ignition rate. So it's hard. It's very hard for all of us. It uses a few months to do these things, but I guarantee you that we're the only enterprise, we're the only factories who can offer you this kind of formula. You're not gonna find a second factory who's gonna contain the safety and also ignition rate. Okay, now he's showing you the electronic ignition. Because you see, today we have already show you the traditional powders demonstration, right? But okay, but
天气有点冷，因为我们这边冬天天气有点冷。
yeah, but we haven't show you the electronic welding kit, right? Because you see, even we have already upgraded the starting powder, but in some area, when you put the starting powder in your warehouse for a long time, you might still have a low ignition rate. So let's see if you're using the electronic welding kit, you will need to solve the problem. And also, the powders or electronic welding kits. You can directly contact with them. Hi, my friends. Thanks for your questions. You can leave your questions at below. Our salesman is gonna answer you directly through the comments. Okay, now our engineer is doing the electronic welding kit demonstration. We're gonna say it's very quick. You don't have time to think about other things. You don't have any time to think a lot. You will just finish everything. Okay, this is our electronic starter, which is the igniter. It has a lot of functions. Does it have our logo, have welding numbers, have total welding numbers, and also electricity amount. Okay, use the wire to connect the E+ powder and also the starter. And for okay, now he's covering the mold with our covers. Okay, just click the button. We'll finish the whole joint. Okay, you could say it only took like 1 or 2 seconds to do the whole welding. It's very quick and very convenient. But and the most important thing is very safe. Okay, to see there's no fierce reaction. It's very safe and has very less residuals. Hi friend, do you want to see the inside of it? Do you want to check if there's any bubbles or any holes? We do buy the electronic welding kits. If you want to see the inside, you can leave your comments. 要不要切？切不切？不切。Okay. I didn't see there's any comments. See, you want to see? We were gonna cut it half, so we're not gonna cut it half today. But if you do, you can just arrange your appointment with us. We can do a live video for you and cut them in half, right? Okay, thanks for him. Thanks. Okay, thanks for Mr. Du, our engineer. So do you have any questions, or do you have any other things you want to say, or do you have any thing you want to discuss? Hi Yuri, Glacia, does that mean thanks? Yuri, thanks for your questions. Is that a thanks? Okay, now we have already finished the demonstration and also the discussion to the errors. So if you do have any other questions, we can continue. If you don't, we're gonna have to cease. We're gonna have to say goodbye. Okay, friends, let's see you at next live stream. If you have any questions, please send your email to our info email, or you can just directly contact with our salesman and leave any message on WhatsApp or LinkedIn. Both are okay. So bye bye. See you next time.